Want to show you a live picture now outside the New York Supreme Court. Big day for former President Donald Trump's defense in his civil fraud trial. It is now his defense team's chance, their opportunity to present their side of the case and try to prove to the judge that the former president shouldn't have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars in financial penalties to the state of New York for defrauding it. The first witness on the stand today will be Donald Trump Jr. This will be his second time taking the stand. Joining us now, John Fishwick, trial attorney and former U.S. attorney for the Western District of Virginia. Good morning to you. The defense now gets its turn. They wanted the judge to rule otherwise, but they're going to be in court today. So what's the crux of their argument?
So, Marni, today is the Trump team's opportunity to present their side of the case. And Don Jr., I think they believe, is a strong witness for them. And he'll testify to the strength of the Trump organization, that they've built a number of great properties, that they employ a lot of people. And as relates to the specifics of this case, he's going to tell the judge, Judge Engoron, hey, look, we paid all the banks back. We paid the interest, we paid the principal, we paid the insurance companies. The banks are happy with the deals. We were happy with the deals, and therefore we haven't committed any fraud. We haven't had false statements. You shouldn't hit us with a big damages award. You shouldn't take us out of business in the state of New York. We ran good deals here. Everybody got paid back, Judge. You should not let the Attorney General win this case. That's going to be his testimony today. And
how much of this disclaimer clause will be part of that argument?
Well, his father, former President Trump, certainly made that part of his testimony and wanted to actually show it to the judge when he testified. I think that's part of the argument. I think part of it will be, hey, look, these financial statements, some of the legalese on these financial statements give us an out. The banks had to do their own due diligence. I think the judge and the Attorney General are focusing on, hey, look, you way overvalued these properties. Even with that disclaimer, I'm focusing on the values that you put on these properties. You overstated it by billions of dollars. But I think the Trump team is going to focus on that, the legalese, to say, hey, look, the bank had an obligation here to check it out. They did check it out, and they were happy with the deals.
Will it be helpful as well, and do you expect they'll bring people on to testify and justify the higher valuation of some properties? Is that part of the strategy?
Marni, I think it will be. You know, the former president says, you know, that, for example, Mar-a-Lago is worth way more than the judge valued it at. So I would expect the Trump team, the legal team, over the next few weeks to really cover the waterfront to say, hey, look, we weren't dishonest. The values that we put down here were actually undervalued. They're worth more than we put down on these financial statements. And oh, by the way, the banks did get paid back in full. Everybody kept their jobs on our side of the fence, and the deals were good. These are amazing properties. I expect Donald Trump Jr. to be a big proponent of his company and talk about all the good they've done.
Finally, John, damages range from $250 million in fines to a ban on doing business in New York. Based on what you've seen so far in testimony and in this trial, what do you predict the judge will do?
I think the judge is going to hit them with a hefty damages award. He's already found, Marni, that they committed fraud. There's been an expert who's testified to $168 million in benefits that went to the Trump organization. So I expect Judge Engoron is going to hit them with a big damages award. I'm not sure if he's going to prevent them from doing business in New York. That would be very draconian. I'd be surprised if he would do that. Of course, after he enters his award for what I think will be a big damages award, the appeals will start, and they'll take several years.
Yeah, the appeals very likely in this case, almost a done deal. John, good to see you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.